Hello and welcome to this lecture. And in this lecture, we are going to go ahead and try to add a few more elements to this particular navigation bar which we have right here. So right now we have this plain looking navigation bar which only has our website name, which when clicked actually stays the same. So in this lecture, we will go ahead and learn how to add more elements to this navigation bar. So let's open up our code for the index.html, and in here, right below this div tag in the navigation bar itself, we will go ahead and add in a few more things. So here what we want to do is that, let's say if you want to add a particular option here. So for that very purpose, what we will do is that we will actually go ahead and add an element. So we will create a div class here. So div class, and that's actually going to be collapse, navbar collapse, and that's actually going to collapse when the size of your web browser actually drops down. So this actually is going to make the design responsive. So here we'll create a ul class within this. So that's going to be ul, that's going to be class, and that class is going to be nav. That's going to be navbar nav. And once we have this unordered list class, we will create a list class over here. So li class, that's actually going to be empty. So here there is actually going to be an icon which is actually going to be a glyph icon. So a glyph icon is nothing but it's a bootstrap icon which we could just use without having to manually download it. So if you go ahead and if you search for something which is called as bootstrap glyph icon, and if you go ahead, go to components, it's actually going to redirect you to this particular page, which is going to provide you a ton of glyph icons right over here. So you could choose any one of these icons, whichever you want. So let's say if you want a glyph icon for camera, you could simply go ahead and search for that. So you could simply press Ctrl F and search for camera, and as you could see, you will have the glyph icon for camera over here. So in order to include this in your project, you simply have to copy the name of this particular glyph icon. Then you could actually go ahead and you could just create some element which kind of holds the particular glyph icon. So first we will create a link here so that when you click on that particular glyph icon, you should be redirected somewhere. So I'm just going to go ahead and create the URL which is going to refer to the index page itself. So photo app, that's going to be index. And now let's close this tag, and let's close this tag over here. And now in order to include the glyph icon, I'm going to create a span class, and here in this particular span class, I'm just going to paste the name which we have just copied. And then you need to type in area, which is going to be hidden, and that should not actually be an area tag. Instead we will type in area hidden equals, that should be equals true. Simply end this tag over here and then end the span tag over here. And now if you actually go ahead, you just need to include some space here. So in order to add some space, I'm going to type in an nbsp, and here I'm going to just give it some kind of name, such as, let's say, images. Okay, so once everything is done, we are now basically good to go. So now let me just go ahead, save the code, and now if we go back to our website and if we hit refresh, as you could see, now we have this particular icon added right over here. But as you could see, we wanted this image and this icon over here, not at the next line. So for that very purpose, what you have to do is that you have to include this entire div class inside the div which we have above over here. So you simply could go ahead and paste the entire code over here. And now if we actually go back to our website and if we hit refresh, as you could see, now we have this images field placed next to the actual branding of our website. So that's it for this lecture. Hopefully you guys were able to understand how to add glyph icons to our website. Now, even if this has nothing to do with Django, still I thought that it would be better that I show you guys how glyph icons can be used along with Django just by including a bootstrap CDN link. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.